Hello and welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of our Chase the Ace series. And welcome, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because this is one unbelievable challenge. If you haven't been following the setup videos, there will be a link in the description in the eye to show you the rules and regulations for this series so I don't have to keep covering them. Basically what we've done here is it is a 92 team competition spread through the English system. We've pulled off a lottery. We've put all these teams through the different leagues, and you guys at home voted for which team will be the ace for this series, and that is the Wexford Youths. So we will be taking control of the Wexford Youths here in the first season, but only the first season. If you follow the rules, you know that at the end of the first season, we will quit our job and we will take a job with the lowest available team here in League 2, and we'll try and chase them down to see who can win the Premier League first. Now, the first couple of episodes, we're going to blast through this first season, simulating. I might get some gameplay in there just to keep it a little bit interesting, but we just need to build up this Wexford Youth team as quickly as we can. Get out there, find some youth talent so they've got high potential players coming through, and of course we have stacked them with 18 high potential players. Now let's go and have a look through the league and we can see what we're up against. Alright, so here is the starting lineup for our Wexford Youth side. We've injected them with some young players here. Simone, Onakuru, Diop, Lafont is the keeper. So they've got some talent, they've got high potential, and they're a 3.5-star team now. I think they were only about a half or a 1-star team if we hadn't injected all these players. Their current lineup is still in this system, so we'll be looking at selling off probably most of those lads. Try and generate as much money as we can, and we can buy players, we can do whatever we like here with the Wexford Youths, just to turn them into the absolute ace. We want these guys to be the superior side, and then we have to chase them down. But let's take a look at what else we're dealing with here in League 2 and what kind of competition we're going to come up against. So we've also got Arsenal here, a 5-star side. You know that they're going to be pushing for promotion this season. Monaco is there with them at 4.5 stars, and they've got some fresh talent there in Mbappe. He will grow, and you know that they're definitely going to be a force to reckon with. We've got the Turkish side, who are a 4-star team, and yeah, a little bit suspect at the back. We might have a chance against them. Brisbane Raw, well, the Australian contingent are only a 2.5-star side, so you'd assume that they might struggle a little bit this season, and possibly if they finish last, they could be the team that we take a hold of in Season 2. We then have the BSC Young Boys, a 3.5-star team, probably a mid to low finish here. Looking at who is around them, Club Bruges at 3.5 stars, mid to high 70s there, so they should be quite competitive. The Columbus Crew is a 3-star team. A suspect backline there, that might pull them unstuck, so they could be a team that finishes near the bottom of the table. We have CSK Moscow, a 4-star team, and a strong backline there, only 3 at the back, but a big 80 goalkeeper that should keep them in contention. Dundalk is a 1-star team. Now, these lads are definitely going to struggle. There is a mixture throughout all of the leagues. You can go and check out the league lottery if you're interested in who's playing through the leagues. But yeah, Dundalk, you're going to see them having a really hard time here. FC Basel, 3.5 stars. They should be quite competitive, at least in the mid. Gamba Osaka, 2.5 stars from Japan. So, you know, there's a good mixture here. We've got Inter Milan at 4.5 stars. They should be pushing for promotion. Jeonbuk Hyundai from Korea, 3.5 stars. So a fairly decent team there. We'll have to see how they go this season. Lazio at 4.5 stars. Well, they'll definitely be competitive. Decent players all over the pitch. Manchester City in League 2 at 5 stars. Mate, there's some big teams in here. They're all going to be battling it out for promotion. And you know Man City are going to be up in that fight. Real Madrid as well, 5-star team. Oh, mate, if these boys don't get promoted, you know something's going wrong here. And then we have Sevilla at 4.5 stars. Another really stacked side. Benfica, 4.5 stars. Another stacked team looking to get up there and fight it out. And Tigres, I think from Mexico, at 4 stars. They've got a lot of money behind them, so whether they go out and purchase some players, we'll have to wait and see. But a really strong league here. Then we have Toronto FC at 3 stars. They've got Giovinco, who can really rip a team apart, but only a 66 goalkeeper, so they may find it a little bit tough here in this League 2 scenario. And the Uwara Reds, a 3-star team. Well, that's very interesting. A strong point for them is probably their backline, but you'd assume that they would be a mid-table finisher. We also have Guimarães at 3.5 stars from Portugal. A pretty well-rounded side there. We'll have to see how they go. West Ham, 4 stars. Lanzini and Ayew up the wings there. 5 at the back. So a defensive performance from them could see them propel their way up the table and back to the Wexford Youth. So that is the League 2 scenario we have. We have Wexford Youth at the moment. We're going to try and train these boys up, get them growing, get some youth potential into this team, and see if we can, I don't know, push for promotion. Might be a little bit tough here, but we're going to turn them into a big side, and hopefully they can get the job done for us today. Let's go and have a look around and see what else we need to take care of before we commence this career. Alright, so with the Wexford Youth, in the rules it said we can use the financial takeover, so we will definitely be doing that, giving Wexford some money to play with. Alright, let's take a quick look at the Wexford objectives. They want us to bring some youth in. That's fine. We're probably only going to be here for 1 season. Short-term success, 85% attendance. It's very low, very low. They want a mid-table finish. I think this team should be able to do it. But the financial ones, they want to reduce us, the wages by 8.5 grand. That might be a little bit tricky. And finish with 2.5 grand profit at the end of the first transfer window. So we're going to have to sell off a lot of the original players and hope that we can generate a little bit of cash. Right, so taking a quick look at the squad now, we have a Lafont, 77. He's an exciting prospect at 17 years of age. He should grow nice and quickly. Jordi Calavera, 71 overall right back, showing great potential. So what I've done here is I've picked 18 players from around the world that aren't involved in any of the 92 teams. So all of the 92 teams will have their talent. Justin, is it Hoopma? Not too sure how you pronounce his last name, showing a great potential. So he should come along nicely at 18 years of age. And Diop is a 76, exciting prospect centre-back. He's got some good physical ability about him at the moment. Keita is a 69 left-back, showing great potential. He's got some pace, it's good. Blas is a 70 right midfielder, showing great potential. He's got some pace and some good technical skills. We've got Youngto. Oh, I don't know. I've probably murdered a name already. Won't take long in this career mode. 76 overall, centre midfielder, an exciting prospect. And look at that. He's pretty much set up nicely already at 20 years of age. Who's this lad? Aska Kabar, 72 overall centre defensive midfielder, showing great potential. Good jumping, good stamina. Yes, that's what we needed this early in the career mode. We also have Lewis Cook. He's already gone up 1. 71 gone up 1, showing great potential. We also have Onakuru, 75 overall left midfielder, an exciting prospect. Good pace out on that wing. Simeone, 74. He is our #1 striker. And some good physicality, some good finishing. Not too bad. Then on the bench, we have Sainz, who's a 70 overall centre-back, showing great potential. Barella is a 70 centre midfielder, exciting prospects. Yes, that's good. Liam Kelly, 68, showing great potential. Ismaila Sarr, 69 overall left winger. Well, that's some decent pace. Demara is a 71 striker, showing great potential. And Martinez is a 77. He's a no-face player. I don't normally go for these, but he does have an 88 potential for an exciting prospect, so yeah, he should be alright. And Didillion is the backup goalkeeper, 72 overall, showing great potential. Then we have all of the lads here that remain from Wexford Youth. We'll be trying to sell all of them off. There's a few that have just joined the club, so we can't sell them in this window, and there's a couple that are retiring from the get-go, so unfortunately we won't be able to get rid of those lads without releasing them. But that is how Wexford's starting up. Let's get into it. Alright, so with our financial takeover, it gives us £34.5 million with a 27 grand wage budget. We're going to go out and purchase ourselves some scouts first. Alright, so we've got 3 scouts here, a 4-star 5-star, a 5-star 5-star, and a 3-star 3-star. Now, what I want you guys to do in the comments down below, let me any countries and scenarios that you want me to go and scout. So if you want me to go to the United States of America for a physically strong player, put that down in the comments down below. And once we start up with the second team, I'll start using those suggestions to start building up our youth and regen side. But for now, we're just going to send out and try and build this team up as quickly as we can and bring in some big youth talent to this side so that they're set up for the future. All right, so for the first run out here, I'm going to send all three of these off to their home countries. So Norway, Portugal, and the Republic of Ireland. And we're going to go and look for some midfield players. We've got two decent goalkeepers here at the moment. So we'll just try and strengthen up the team moving forward with some big bodies. So let's go off to Norway, Portugal, and the Republic of Ireland. All right, we're making our first purchase here for the Wexford Youth, and it is to bring in David Villa from New York. I know he's 34, but an 82 striker will definitely help us out this season. Let's hope that he is willing to come and play for us here. Let's just offer him a 2-year deal, and we'll give him a crucial first-team player. So our first signing is David Villa. We're paying $8 million. He's 20 grand a week, and we're sending one of the randoms, Dean George, off to New York. So welcome to the club, David Villa. Right, time for the first game of the season. It is the Brisbane Roar versus Wexford Youths. And let's see how the lads go here. Hopefully David Villa can smash Brisbane and we can build a bit of goal percentage here. And we lose 2-1 to the Brisbane Roar, even with this team. Uh-oh, is that a sign of what's going to happen this season? I hope not. All right, our monthly scouting reports are back. I did fail to mention the manager of this series is Abdelhak Toure. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know he was the star striker for our relegation regen rebuild series on FIFA 16 with Bayern Munich. So he's taking a hold, the Frenchman. Hopefully he can take Wexford Youth to a decent finish this season, and then he will look after our new team. But anyway, let's have a look at what kind of talent we've brought in here. So we've got Casey McNamee, 52 to 70, 68 to 92 at 5'6". 375 grand evaluation. We'll be signing him into the youth academy. We also have Jason Fanning, 64 to 88. Not really worth much, but we'll keep an eye on. Neil Quinn, we will be rejecting. Cathal Rafferty, 67 to 93, 240 grand evaluation. We'll sign him into the academy. Casey O'Neill can bugger right off, and so can Philip Quinn. All right, we are in Portugal, and this is Carlos Pateria, 190 grand evaluation. We'll sign him in. Texiera, 120 grand, we'll keep an eye on. Faria, 160, we'll keep an eye on. Azevedo looks pretty good here, 375, we'll sign him in. Figuera, 110, well, 72 to 94, but we'll keep an eye on him with his lower valuation, 60 to 82, and Andrade will reject. And Vitor Sampio, 70 grand at 69.94 will continue to scout. All right, and we are in Norway, and there's 3 players, Fredriksson, Helen, and Olsen. We'll continue to scout these lads. All right, our second signing of this career mode is going to be Marcus Madison. Now, you may not even know who this guy is, but we used him in our Flip FIFA series last year. He's got a bit of growth about him, and he's got some good pace. He just has something about him that just makes him quite special. So only $1 million it's cost us. We're going to bring him in just to give us a little bit more squad depth. All right, we're making another big signing here. It is the Brazilian Malcolm from de Bordeaux, a right midfielder, 19 years of age. He's costing us $11 million, and that's quite a chunk of our transfer budget, but I've got a feeling he'll definitely come in and help this team out almost immediately. All right, so the transfer window is now shut. Let's have a quick wrap up on the August events. We lost 2-1 to Brisbane in the first game, and then we bowed out of the EFL Cup against Jeonbuk 2-0. We then beat Columbus 2-1, a 2-2 draw against BSC Young Boys, a 1-1 draw with Sevilla, and we beat Toronto 2-1 in the Checker Trade Trophy. So not a bad start there for Wexford on simulation. Let's push through into September with a big game in the middle here against Arsenal. Now, with the transfer deadline day done, we picked up a couple of players, which is good. We picked up Villa, who has dropped down to an 81 already. Malcolm on the right at 78, just to strengthen up the first team. So it's a couple of the lads here in Simone and Blas go to the bench. We've also got Madison at 67, who we brought in. And I managed to pretty much offload all of the Wexford youth team except for these 5 lads. A couple of those are retiring, and a couple of those we'll just have to try and get rid of in January. So we need some players. We're going to have to rely on the youth academy a bit as well, just to bring some potential players into this team and set them up for glory. So taking a look at our first U-Squad monthly report now. Rafferty is a 73 to 93, 58 overall. Looks okay. And McNamee is a 62 overall left winger at 73 to 93 potential, 450 evaluation at 5'6". And then we have Raul Azevedo, 83 to 94 potential, 61 overall. So we'll keep an eye on these kids. And at left midfield, Carlos Patiera, 58 overall, 64 to 82. And we're going to release him straight away. We need to worry about money. We need to worry about the money. All right, the Scouts have returned once again, and let's have a quick look here through the Republic of Ireland and see if there's anyone else worth bringing in. We've got Brian Murphy, 42 to 58, 67 to 93, potential at 130 grand, but he's about the pick of the crop at the moment. We'll continue to scout these lads. All right, back in Portugal, Teixeira, he can be rejected. Rui Faria will be rejected. For Guerra, we're going to reject as well. Sampaio, we'll continue to scout, but don't have high hopes for him. Kuna can go. Alves can be rejected. Mendez, rejected. Morales, rejected. Telmo Rodriguez, 250 grand. We'll sign him in for now. And Kuto, reject. All right, we are in Norway, and no real decent players here to sign in for our academy at this stage. All right, so September is finished. Let's take a look at some results. We beat Gamba Osaka 2-0, and then we beat Toronto FC 1-0. So on a little bit of a roll, we lose 2-0 to Tigres, lose 1-0 to Arsenal, and then a 2-1 defeat to Guimarães. And we move into October with a lot of big games here. Inter Milan, Basel, Madrid, Lazio, Benfica, CSK Moscow, and we've got Dundalk in the Checker Trade Trophy. So hopefully the boys can continue, maybe pick up a couple of wins here and there, but some big games. I don't really even want to look at the table at the moment, but we'll address that at a later date. All right, U-Squad monthly report, and Rodriguez is an 84 to 94, 57 overall. Rafferty is 73 to 91. McNamee is a 74 to 90, and Azevedo 82 to 94. All right, the final scout report is back from the Republic of Ireland, and well, they didn't bring us back too much talent, that's for sure. But Cian O'Grady, 51 to 69, 74 to 86 potential. Not the highest, but he's got a decent evaluation. We'll sign him in and have a look at him. Final scout report back from Portugal, and there's nothing here worth signing, so that ends our time here in Portugal. And we are in Norway. We haven't signed anyone up here, so I want to sign at least one player in. We've got Jan Johannesson, but only a 60 grand evaluation. But we also have, where is he? Bjarne Andersen is 52 to 68, 76 to 94. 6'2", looks like a centre forward striker at 160 grand. We'll sign him in and take a look. All right, time to send the scouts out again. I've fired the Irish striker and brought in Carl Johnson. So we've got five-star judgment scouts here. Let's send them out again. I'm going to send Anderson. Didn't bring us back too much, but we'll try and get some homegrown talent here in England. We're going to go 3 months, and we're going to look for physically strong. We need some more defenders into this side. Tiago Couto in Portugal. We'll keep him in that sort of region. Let's go to Spain now and see if we can bring back some technically gifted players. And we'll send the Swede Jonsson. Well, it's his first scout. We're going to go up to Sweden. And, whoops, that's the wrong button. Up to Sweden. And let's see if we can find some wingers. All right, October is complete. Let's take a look at the results. We lost 2-1 here against Inter. We beat Dundalk in the Checker Trade Trophy 2-1. We then beat Basel 3-1. We beat Real Madrid 2-1 before a 2-2 draw against CSK Moscow. We then lost 1-0 to Lazio and a 2-1 win against Benfica as we move into November. And maybe some more easier games with Dundalk, but we've got Inter Milan in the Checker Trade Trophy, and we start our Emirates FA Cup campaign against this Turkish side, Istanbul. All right, we've got them twice in the month. Let's get through this, and when we get into December, I'll probably play a game just to give you a little bit of a taste of what this team is capable of. It's time for another U-Squad monthly report. Now, Cian O'Grady, 67 to 85. We're going to release him straight away. Bjarne Andersen, 73 to 93, looks pretty good at 15 years of age. Tomo Rodriguez, 57 overall, 84 to 94 potential. Cathal Rafferty, 77 to 91. Casey McNamee, 73 to 87, but he's 63 overall already. And Azevedo is a 62 overall, 84 to 94 potential. All right, our first scout report is back from Sweden, and there's some absolute talent floating around here. We've got Magnus Pedersen, 47 to 65, 78 to 94, 275 evaluation. We'll sign him. Carl Nystrom, 47 to 63, 68 to 92 potential. We'll sign in. Emil Jonsson, 210. We'll sign in. Fredriksson is a 90 gram. We'll keep an eye on him. Person we will reject. And Matt Jonsson, 110, we'll keep an eye on him. All right, we are in Spain, and a few lads floating around. We will be signing into this lad here in Fabian Torres, 44 to 62, 75 to 94 potential, 275 grand evaluation. And we are in England, and, well, yes, here is a man we will be signing, Jordan Turner, 54 to 72 overall, 81 to 94 potential, 6'3", looks like hopefully a centre back, 350 grand evaluation. All right, November is complete, and we pushed through the FA Cup against Istanbul 2-1. We then lost 5-1 to Inter Milan in the Czech Trade Trophy. That's an absolute walloping. We beat Dundalk 3-1. We beat Jumbo 1-0. Lost 1-0 to West Ham. Lost to Istanbul 2-1. And beat Club Brugge 1-0 moving into December. Let's have a look here. Let's play the final game of the month here in December against West Ham. All right? See you shortly. All right, U-Squad monthly report. Jordan Turner's a 60 overall, 81 to 94 centre back. Anderson 72 to 90. Rodriguez is 85 to 94. Jonsson 72 to 94. Nystrom 74 to 94. Pedersen 80 to 94. Rafferty 77 to 85. And we're going to release him now. McNamee 77 to 85. He is 63 overall. I'm going to sign him into the team because we may be able to sell him off a bit later on. So let's get him and offer him a contract. The first youth signing. And we've also got Torres, 87 to 94, and Azevedo, 88 to 94. All right, Scout Report is back from Sweden once again, and we won't be making any signings this month in Sweden. Just keep an eye on these lads. All right, we are back in Spain, and there is one man to keep an eye on that we will sign in. Where are you? Roberto Hernandez, 55 to 73, 79 to 94 potential, 5'10" from Spain, and a 500 grand evaluation. Let's get him in. All right, and we are back in England, and let's have a look here. Harrison Brown, 50 to 66, 76 to 92. We do need some more defenders. What is he valued at? 170. Yeah, it's not too shabby. Let's get him in. All right, let's get into some gameplay here. We are at the Ace Arena. Oh, look out, it's the Ace Arena. It's Wexford Youths hosting West Ham United. And I just wanted to have a quick game here to see how we're doing. We're sitting in 11th. We have picked up 40 points, but strangely enough, West Ham sit in second position. So a chance here to knock off a team that is doing very, very well this season. And just a little bit of a chance here to see some of these Wexford Youth Ace team in action. Let's just hope that the boys can get the job done here today. Hopefully I can pull a rabbit out of the hat here and take on West Ham. They are the best defensive team in the league at the moment, only letting in 14 goals. So that's why they've propelled so far up the table. Very, very interesting. We will take a look at the proper league table towards the end of this episode. But yeah, I was going to simulate the full season. Here's our lineup. It's Lafont, Cavalera, Hugmar, Diop, Keita. And then we have Askagaba, Junkto, Onakuru, Cook, Malcolm, and David Villa up front. I'm going to murder these names. It takes me a long time to learn how to pronounce stuff, but won't matter too much because we won't be looking after this team in a season. We just need to push them up the table a little bit, sitting in 11th halfway through. And the transfer window just about to open up. The West Ham lineup, well, they've got Adrian between the sticks. We've got Kuyate. Have they made any big transfers? Antonio Lancini, Ayu, looks pretty standard, but 5 at the back. I said the defense would do them well, and it has here. So they sit in second position, but a chance here for the Wexford Youth to try and take them down. Let's get into some games. Here's the Brazilian. Malcolm, just drilled. 9 minutes in, and 10th start here. We're just sitting back. Just trying to assess our opposition. We are playing on Legendary, 6-minute halves as per usual. We're playing with the SparringDK formation. And we've picked up a free kick here. Have we got a decent free kick taker? That is the question. Oh, David Villa, 80. Let's have a crack here from 42 yards out. Why the fuck not? And he whips it around, but it's a poor one. Not enough power. Jungto. David Villa pushes his way through, slips this one out wide. Keita drilled. We'll get a free kick here on the edge of the box. We're not having a lot of fluency in our play thus far, but a free kick here, opportunity to try and whip something into the box. It is Onyekuru to deliver this one. Can he find something in the box? It's up in the air. Punched out by Obiang. Henry. Escargabar. Cavalera. And picked off. Onyekuru slips this one forward. David Villa gets the run forward. Come on, Malcolm. Inside, David Villa. Touch on. Youngdo. Oh, jeez. It's tight. It's definitely tight in the box. Oh, here comes West Ham. Obiang. Oh, there's the touch. And Diop with the block. Lafont hasn't had a touch yet, but it is a corner now for West Ham. 39 minutes gone here in the first half. And it's a bit of a struggle because I don't really know most of these players. Here's Onyekuru. Back inside. Work from Malcolm, the Brazilian. Uses a bit of flair. Finds David Villa. David Villa! Oh, just wide. Well, that was our first real aggressive strike forward, and it was David Villa. Turned on it, busted a nut, and he's just put it wide. All right, David Villa, 22 yards. Let's just whip this one. Oh, save from Adrian, and we'll get a corner. Let me set something up here. Whips it deep into the box, headed out. Falls to the centre back. Oh! And there is the whistle. Half time. We've been in the game, but it is 0-0. Escargabar does well. Finds Cook. Turns on it. Here's Malcolm, the Brazilian. Oh, good save from Adrian. And Wexford starting to find a little bit of touch here. And it is a corner. 50 minutes gone. The Czech plays this one inside. Comes back out. He'll get another opportunity here. Looks like we've picked up an injury. Here's the centre back, Umar. Whips it off to Malcolm, offside, but it is a free kick from the offside. I think that might have been Diop that's got the injury. That's a bit of a nasty blow. Passes it in. Oh, wrecked. Is that a penalty? It is. We've got the penalty. 60 minutes gone. Ogbonna has taken down the man. And we will get an opportunity here from the spot. Well, the ball came in quickly and a quick pass back out. No, it was defended, but he's dropped him in the box. Quicker than a $2 hooker, he went down. And it is a penalty now for David Villa to step up and see if he can put us in front here against Adrian. Yes, get in, son. And it's David Villa putting it in. It's 1-0 Wexford Youths here against second-placed West Ham. Well, it's taken a penalty for us to get one in, but we'll take a goal any way we can. 1-0 to the Wexford Youths. Well, David Villa isn't really a youth, is he? Well, doesn't matter. It is 1-0. We'll take it. Oh, it's that easy for West Ham to get back into the game. It took all of 3 minutes for them to finally put an attack forward. Maybe it was the penalty that decided to kick them into gear. But it was Keita missing the challenge. Diop missed the challenge. And then Cavalera not marking his man properly. Lafont caught out of position. And West Ham straight back into the game at 1-1. Well, all that hard work just to try and get a penalty to take the lead is decimated in 3 minutes. This is forward David Villa. Oh, trying to turn his man. Sips this one off. Escargabar finds Malcolm. Into the box, shoots. Good save there from Adrian. No one on the crumbs. This one comes out the back. Antonio is in the action. Nordveit off to Tora. Back to Nordveit. Cook slips this one out wide. Here's Saar. Just checked in. Finds himself a bit of an opening. Escobar. Blast! Oh, what a save from Adrian. And we'll get a corner here in the 88th minute. Well, we managed to slip one through like a hot knife in butter. And it was Blast taking the strike. And Adrian just gets a fingernail to it. We've got the corner. And it will be Blast to deliver this one in. Into the box. And we might get another crack at the cherry here. Takes it out wide. Saar. Diop. Escargabar. Cook. Cavalera. Here's Cook. Takes the strike well over the top. Needed to settle. And there is the whistle. So the penalty, and then 3 minutes later, West Ham get back into the game, and it finishes with a 1-1 draw. So taking a look at it, Wexford Youth right on top there, 12 shots to 2. West Ham only needed 1 to get back into the game. We made 13 tackles, and David Villa with an 8.4 man of the match performance. Not a bad job from everyone except for Lafont, who only gets a 6.1 for being out of position, unfortunately. Right, let's take a look at the December results. It was a 2-1 loss to Lazio in the FA Cup. We then lost to AS Monaco 1-0. We beat Manchester City 1-0 before taking down Urawa at 2-1. Then a 1-1 draw against Manchester City, a 3-1 win against AS Monaco, and then obviously the 1-1 draw there against West Ham. So we are into the transfer window, but we're not going to progress. We're going to wrap this one up here. Let's have a look at the squad and see how they have grown over the first half of the season. All right, let's have a look here now. Alban Lafont, 79, gone up 2. Calavera is a 72, gone up 1. Huma is a 75, gone up 5. Diop, 77, gone up 1. Kate is a 74, gone up 5. So you can tell the lads that I've been putting a little bit of extra training in just to help the backline out. Escargabar, 75, went up 3. Malcolm's a 79, went up 1. Junktoad, 78, went up 2. Onekuru, 77, went up 2. Lewis Cook, 74, went up 4. David Villa is down 80 now. He's gone down 2. He's unhappy, and we might even try and sell him off, possibly. I don't know. We probably won't even get the money for him. Simone is a 76, gone up 2 now. Put in 10 goals. That's nice. Saar, 71, gone up 2. Martinez, 73, gone up 1. Blas is a 73, gone up 3. Jorge Sayen, 71, gone up 1. Barella, 71, gone up 1. Dedillion, 73, gone up 1. And the young lad here, Casey McNamee, 63, just starting to grow a little bit. He is showing great potential, and a couple of the other lads there. We've got Demata, 72, gone up 1. And Liam Kelly, 70, gone up 2. Marcus Madison, 68, gone up 1. And that is our full squad. Right, halfway through the season, let's have a look at some of the statistics. And it is Benega from Inter Milan with 14 goals. Ronaldo has 12 for Real Madrid. Malcolm has 10 from Wexford Youth. So here's our top goal scorer. So that was a pretty good signing there. That is for sure. Assist-wise, Simeone has 9 assists from the striker position. What else have we got here? Nope, that's about it. Clean sheets, it's Adrian has 12 clean sheets, and that's why they're sitting near the top of the table. Dedillion's been getting more games than Lafont on simulation for some reason, and he has 5 clean sheets. You'd assume that Lafont should be starting most of the games with about a 5 extra rating. I'm not sure why. I might have to do real-time simulations for the second half of the season. Yellow cards, let's have a look. Have we picked up many of these? Doesn't look like it. Red cards. Well, West Ham are heavily involved. Oh, yep, Cook's got 1. Escargabar's got 1. All right, no dramas. All right, let's take a look at how the other leagues are travelling. Manchester United, top of the table with 50 points. Spurs, Valencia, PSG. And who's down in the bottom? It's Colo-Colo, Malmo, and Rosenborg fighting it out at the bottom. Rosenborg, he had to win a game, as so as Malmo. So some interesting times there in the Premier League. In the Championship, it's Juventus top of the table over Chelsea, but Shakhtar Donetsk is there as well with 51 points. And near the bottom, what have we got here? Gremio, Al Hilal, and Orlando City at the bottom of the table. Moving into League One, it's FC Barcelona over Bayern Munich, Liverpool, and Milan. Now, we knew this group was going to be very, very strong. So, yeah, you can see the big teams pushing through. To the bottom of the table, it's Aston Villa, Shamrock Rovers, and HJK Helsinki at the bottom of the table. As for League 2, where we're sitting at the moment is in 12th position after 26 games. We've picked up the 12 wins and we do have 41 points, so not a bad start there from the Wexford Youth. Interestingly enough, though, it is West Ham on top. I would have thought it would have been the likes of Monaco. Real Madrid are sitting in 9th position. That is, we are above Arsenal. I mean, what is going on here? Dundalk, well, we knew they would be the whipping boys of the community, and they sit in last place on equal points with Toronto. So at this stage, if we finished the first team up here and I had to quit my job, I would have to be trying to get that Dundalk position if it was offered to us. If for some reason the best job that we could get was Columbus Crew, that one would be the one we would take. So at this stage, you know, this league's probably rounded out, interestingly enough, the teams at the top of the table, but pretty much the teams I thought would be floating around the bottom are sitting there at this stage. But that's where we will wrap up episode 1. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. A little bit more simulation based here in the first couple of episodes. Once we take a hold of the second team, we'll be right back into the thick of things with youth scouting, regens, playing the games, getting that attachment to the squad, finding that passion, and trying to chase down these Wexford youths. I'm not sure if they're going to get promoted this season, but they're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm going to push hard here and hopefully try and get them promoted, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the second half of the season. We do have a transfer window which is open. We'll get into that in the next episode, but until then, thank you very much for tuning in to episode 1. Subscribe if you're new around here. Make sure you give this episode a big thumbs up. We need to get this absolutely ranking high so more people in the community can get into this crazy ass challenge. But that's where we'll leave it. Thanks very much. I'm SparringDK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.